Have you ever had that moment when you need to concentrate, whether to study, work, or even remember something important, but it seems like your mind just won't cooperate? It feels like your head is full, but at the same time empty of focus, and your memory. Oh, your memory seems to have taken an unannounced vacation. This difficulty maintaining attention and retaining information isn't just a problem for aging, as many people think. In fact, it's increasingly common in people of all ages. The reason? Our brain, like our body, needs quality fuel to function well, and that fuel comes primarily from food. What we eat directly impacts our ability to think clearly, learn faster, memorize information, and even make better decisions. Conversely, a nutrient-poor diet can slow our thinking, distract our minds, and weaken our memory. And here's the good news. There are foods that work like real ones, turbos for the brain. They help maintain healthy neurons, improve communication between nerve cells, increase cerebral blood flow, and protect against premature aging of the mind. Today, you'll learn what these foods are, how they work to increase your concentration and memory, and most importantly, how to include each of them in your routine in a simple and practical way. So, if you want to have a sharper mind, learn faster, remember things easily, and even prevent memory problems in the future, stay with me until the end of this video. Because from now on, we'll build a true smart menudo your brain. Understand the relationship between nutrition and mental performance. When we think of improving memory or concentration, most people imagine mental exercises, reading, or even puzzles. All of these things help, but there's an even more important factor that's often overlooked: nutrition. The brain is an extremely demanding organ. It represents only 2% of the body's weight, but consumes about 20% of all the energy we produce. And where does this energy come from? From what we put on our plates. Every neuron, every synapse, the connection between neurons, every neurotransmitter molecule that carries information through your mind depends directly on the nutrients you consume. If the fuel is good, the brain works quickly and efficiently. If the fuel is poor, it loses performance, becomes slower, and even more vulnerable to damage. For example, when you eat low-quality carbohydrates like refined sugar, soda, and processed sweets, they may give you a quick burst of energy, but that energy doesn't last long. Soon after, your blood glucose levels drop, and with them, your attention, concentration, and mood decline. It's as if your brain goes into economy mode to conserve resources. On the other hand, when you choose foods that release energy gradually, like whole grains, fruits, nuts, and vegetables, your brain receives a steady stream of fuel. This keeps you more focused for hours, without those sudden dips that make you drowsy or mentally sluggish. And it's not just energy that the brain needs. It also depends on vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and healthy fats to function properly. For example, omega-3 fatty acids, found in fish like salmon and sardines, are essential components of neuron membranes. They are literally part of the brain's structure and aid in communication between nerve cells. Another example is B vitamins, found in foods like eggs, lean meats, and legumes. They are essential for the production of neurotransmitters, chemicals like serotonin and dopamine, which regulate mood, motivation, and mental clarity. Without these nutrients, the brain loses agility and the mind becomes more prone to mental fatigue and difficulty concentrating. And then there are antioxidants, such as vitamin C, vitamin E, and compounds like flavonoids found in berries, cocoa, and green tea. They protect brain cells against free radicals, which are unstable molecules that accelerate brain aging and impair memory. The most important thing is to understand that the relationship between food and mental performance isn't built with a single meal, but with consistent habits. Eating a healthy food once won't transform your memory overnight, but making smart choices every day will shape, protect, and strengthen your brain over time. So, if you want more focus, clarity, and memory, it's not enough to simply train your brain. You need to nourish it. Because, just as a race car needs premium fuel to reach peak performance, your brain also needs high-quality nutrients to perform at its best. Fish rich in omega-3, fuel for neurons. If the brain were a high-performance engine, omega-3s would be the essential lubricating oil for its flawless operation. And when we talk about foods that are true natural stores of this good fat, fish are the star of the show, especially salmon, sardines, tuna, mackerel, and anchovies. Omega-3 is a type of polyunsaturated fat that plays a vital role in the formation and maintenance of neuron cell membranes. Think of neurons as electrical wires. To transmit signals quickly, they need to be well insulated and protected, and omega-3 is a fundamental part of this structure. Without it, communication between nerve cells slows and becomes less efficient, impairing memory, reasoning, and even mood. Several studies show that people with adequate omega-3 levels perform better on memory tests, have greater ability to concentrate, and even a lower risk of developing neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. This is because omega-3 reduces inflammation in the brain and promotes neural plasticity, the brain's ability to create new connections and adapt. Furthermore, omega-3s, especially DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, are directly linked to the production of neurotransmitters such as dopamine and serotonin. These two are essential not only for attention but also for emotional well-being. A diet low in omega-3s can leave the mind more vulnerable to stress, anxiety, and even depression. Interestingly, the human body doesn't produce enough omega-3s on its own. In other words, we rely entirely on food for this nutrient. Therefore, including omega-3 rich fish in your diet at least twice a week is one of the smartest ways to fuel your brain. If you're not a fan of fish, there are still alternatives like chia seeds, flax seeds, and walnuts, which also contain omega-3s, but in a different form, ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, which the body partially converts into DHA and EPA, the types used by the brain. Still, fish remains the richest and most efficient source. To maximize the omega-3s in fish, it's best to prepare them simply, such as grilled, baked, or steamed, avoiding frying, which can destroy some of the beneficial fats. A good tip is to combine them with vegetables and natural seasonings rich in antioxidants, such as rosemary, turmeric, and lemon, which further protect brain cells. When you include omega-3 rich fish in your diet, you're not just taking care of your body, but directly investing in mental agility, memory, and the long-term health of your brain. It's like putting the best possible fuel in your most important engine, your mind. Red fruits, protection, and mental sharpness. When it comes to sharp memories and a clear mind, berries are true superfoods. Strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, cherries, all contain a powerful combination of antioxidants, especially anthocyanins, which give these fruits their intense, vibrant color. But it's not just for beauty. This pigmentation is a sign of a natural arsenal of brain protection. The brain, despite representing only 2% of body weight, consumes about 20% of the body's energy and is constantly exposed to attack by free radicals, unstable molecules that damage cells. This process, called oxidative stress, is one of the main causes of brain aging and gradual memory loss. Berries act as true, natural shields, neutralizing these free radicals and preventing damage to neurons. Regular consumption of these fruits also helps improve communication between nerve cells. This is because the antioxidants present in them increase synaptic plasticity, the ability of brain connections to strengthen and adapt, essential for learning and memorization. It's no wonder that research shows that people who regularly include berries in their diet perform better on cognitive tasks and have a lower risk of mental decline with age. Another important point is that these fruits contribute to blood circulation in the brain. They help maintain healthy blood vessels, ensuring that oxygen and nutrients reach neurons efficiently. And more oxygen means more mental energy, quick thinking, and clarity of thought. Additionally, berries have a low glycemic index, meaning they provide energy gradually, without causing sudden spikes and drops in blood sugar. This is crucial for maintaining stable concentration throughout the day, without that feeling of sudden mental fatigue. A good way to take advantage of all these benefits is to vary your fruits throughout the week and consume them naturally, fresh or frozen, in smoothies, salads, porridge, or even combined with plain yogurt. The important thing is to eat them regularly, as the protective and stimulating effects on the brain are cumulative. The longer you maintain the habit, the greater the protection for your memory. In short, including berries in your daily diet is like installing a state-of-the-art security system for your brain. You ensure protection against premature wear and tear while still maintaining mental sharpness to think quickly, learn more, and remember better. the power of oilseeds and seeds. If there's one food group that combines convenience, flavor, and incredible brain benefits, it's nuts and seeds. Brazil nuts, almonds, walnuts, pistachios, hazelnuts, and seeds like chia, flax, pumpkin, and sunflower are veritable nutrient concentrates that boost memory, focus, and mental alertness. The first highlight is good fats, especially unsaturated fatty acids and omega-3s, found in greater quantities in walnuts, chia seeds, and flax seeds. These fats are essential components of brain cell membranes, helping maintain the structure of neurons and facilitating communication between them. They're like the oil that keeps your thought process running smoothly. Another key nutrient is vitamin E, found abundantly in almonds, hazelnuts, and sunflower seeds. It acts as a powerful antioxidant, protecting brain cells from free radical damage. Studies show that diets rich in vitamin E are associated with a lower risk of cognitive decline with aging. It's as if each handful of nuts is a boost to the brain's armor. Nuts and seeds also provide essential minerals such as magnesium, zinc, and selenium. Magnesium helps regulate neurotransmitters and relax blood vessels, ensuring adequate oxygen flow to the brain. Zinc is essential for neural communication and memory processes. Selenium, found abundantly in Brazil nuts, acts as an antioxidant and is essential for balanced brain function. Just one Brazil nut a day can meet your daily needs for this mineral. In addition to all these nutrients, these small foods provide plant-based protein and fiber, helping to maintain stable blood sugar levels. This means the brain receives constant energy, without sudden drops that can lead to mental fatigue. Another interesting point is their practicality. Unlike other foods that require preparation, nuts and seeds can be carried in a purse, backpack, or left in a small container on your desk at work. Just 30 grams a day, the equivalent of a small handful, is enough to reap significant benefits. And to maximize its effects, it's worth varying your options throughout the week. Combine walnuts with almonds, add chia to yogurt, use flaxseed in bread or porridge, or sprinkle pumpkin seeds on your salad. This way, you ensure a varied mix of nutrients and keep your brain well-nourished. Nuts and seeds are proof that big results can come in small packages. With just a handful a day, you can strengthen your memory, improve concentration, and even protect your brain for the future. Dark green vegetables and whole grains. When it comes to brain nutrition, two food categories stand out: dark green vegetables and whole grains. They not only nourish the body but also provide essential support for concentration, memory, and mental clarity. Starting with dark green vegetables like spinach, kale, broccoli, arugula, and watercress, they are veritable bundles of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. One of the most important nutrients they contain is vitamin K, known for its role in the formation of sphingolipids, a type of fat essential for brain cells. Studies show that people with a good vitamin K intake tend to perform better on memory tests. Another highlight is folic acid, or folate, which plays a role in the production of neurotransmitters and in maintaining the health of cerebral blood vessels. Folate deficiencies are associated with memory difficulties and even mood swings. Not to mention lutein, an antioxidant that protects neurons against oxidative damage and helps preserve cognitive function over the years. Additionally, these vegetables are rich in magnesium, which helps reduce stress and improve sleep quality, two factors directly linked to concentration. Consuming a daily serving of dark green vegetables is like an internal cleanse and lubrication for your brain, keeping everything running smoothly and efficiently. Now, speaking of whole grains such as oats, quinoa, brown rice, barley, and whole wheat, they excel at providing slow and steady energy, thanks to their high fiber content. This prevents sudden spikes and drops in blood glucose, which can lead to drowsiness and a loss of focus throughout the day. Whole grains are also important sources of B vitamins, such as thiamine, riboflavin, and niacin, which play key roles in the brain's energy metabolism. Without them, our neurons simply can't produce enough energy to perform at their best. Another benefit is the iron found in many whole grains, especially quinoa and oats. Iron is essential for transporting oxygen through the blood, ensuring the brain is always well supplied for clear and agile thinking. And best of all, the combination of dark green vegetables and whole grains enhances the effects of both. While vegetables provide antioxidants and micronutrients that protect brain cells, whole grains provide the fuel these cells need to function without interruption. You can incorporate this combination in a variety of ways: a lunch of brown rice and sautéed broccoli, a breakfast of oatmeal and a green smoothie with kale, or even a light dinner with quinoa and spinach. Small daily changes can make a huge difference in mental function. Ultimately, this combination is like combining a good engine with high-quality fuel. Together, they ensure your brain runs with power, stability, and durability. Water, teas, and hydration for the brain. Have you ever noticed how hard it is to concentrate when you're thirsty? That's no coincidence. Our brains are made up of about 75% water, and even mild dehydration, something we often don't even realize, is enough to reduce attention, slow down reasoning, and impair memory. Water is responsible for maintaining electrolyte balance, transporting nutrients, eliminating toxins, and even helping conduct electrical impulses between neurons. When water is deficient, the brain goes into water-saving mode, resulting in feelings of mental fatigue, irritability, and lack of focus. Ideally, don't wait until you're thirsty to drink water. By the time you feel thirsty, your body is already dehydrated. It's best to get into the habit of taking small sips throughout the day. A good rule of thumb is to divide your weight by 35 to estimate how many liters of water you should drink daily. And remember, very high temperatures, physical activity, or even days when we talk more than usual increase this need. But beyond pure water, there are incredible allies for hydration that also offer extra benefits for the brain: natural teas. Green tea, for example, is rich in L-theanine and caffeine in moderate amounts, helping maintain alertness without causing the jitters that excessive coffee can bring. L-theanine promotes calm focus, perfect for those who need to work or study with concentration. Chamomile tea doesn't directly improve concentration, but it helps reduce anxiety and promote quality sleep. And, as we've seen, good rest is one of the secrets to a sharp brain. Mint tea stimulates circulation and provides a feeling of freshness, helping to ward off mental fatigue. Meanwhile, ginger tea improves blood circulation and has anti-inflammatory properties, benefiting brain oxygenation. Another important point is to avoid excessive consumption of sugary drinks and soda, which may provide short-term hydration but cause spikes and drops in glucose levels, negatively affecting concentration. Opt for water, tea, and occasionally, natural coconut water, which helps replenish minerals like potassium and magnesium. Staying hydrated isn't just about physical health. It's also a smart strategy for keeping your brain performing at its best. Think of water as the oil that keeps the entire brain machine running smoothly. A well-hydrated brain processes information faster, keeps your memory sharper, and helps you feel more energized and motivated to face the day. We've reached the end of our video, but before we wrap up, I want you to stop and reflect. How much of what you heard today is already part of your routine? And more importantly, what can you start implementing today to give your brain more fuel, clarity, and energy? Because the truth is, there's no magic formula for sharp concentration and memory. What exists is a set of smart habits, daily choices, and discipline to take care of yourself. And we saw together that food is one of the most powerful tools for this. Remember those fish rich in omega-3s? They act as a polish for neurons, helping information travel faster through the brain. Berries, full of antioxidants, are like a shield against mental fatigue. Nuts and seeds keep energy stable, without peaks and troughs. Dark green vegetables and whole grains provide the foundation for a well-nourished body and a brain that functions like a well-tuned machine. And, of course, hydration, which is the invisible fuel that keeps the entire system running smoothly. If you apply at least 2 of these tips to your routine, I'm sure that in a short time you'll notice a difference in your disposition, focus, and even in your ability to remember details that previously went unnoticed. And here's a reminder: taking care of your brain isn't just for those who study or work hard. It's for everyone. Because a healthy brain means a better quality of life, more autonomy, greater decision-making ability, and even greater daily happiness. Now, if you want to continue learning how to take care of your health, improve your body and mind with simple and natural tips, join our community here at SUA SOD. Just click the subscribe button and activate the bell so you don't miss any content. Please leave a comment below. What food or tip will you put into practice starting today to boost your concentration? I'd love to hear it and maybe even share your thoughts in a future video. And remember, your body is your home, but your mind is your guide. Take good care of it.